Namaste and welcome back to Awakened Heart Yoga for another Shine Bright sequence. So I'm going to ask you to come to sit with your buttocks over your heels in Vajrasana. Settle the body, lengthen the spine, drop the shoulders away from the ears, take a deep inhalation and an exhalation, and close the eyes. Make any little final adjustments that you need to make so that you can become completely still. Draw the navel in towards the spine, lengthen the inhalation and the exhalation. And just for the next moment, be fully aware of this only. The length, the sound, and the sensation of your breath. Of a crimson red colour at Muladhara. It's about 2 inches in and down from the tailbone, your root chakra. And as you inhale, draw the prana from this space back to the tailbone where there's an orange colour. It's Svadhisthana. As you exhale, the prana goes back to Muladhara. Inhale to Svadhisthana, and so on. The prana transferring, or the energy between these two lower chakras. The breath is rhythmic and fluid. From Muladhara, the crimson, back to Svadhisthana, the orange, up the tailbone to Manipura, yellow behind the navel, Anahata, blue behind the sternum, Vishuddhi, mauve behind the pit of the throat, up to Agnya at the top of the spine and between the ears, and then directly through the crown of the head, Sahasrara, and then let the prana travel all the way back down to Muladhara. Do that once more for me, going up through all the chakras and then back down again. And we're going to prepare to move. So when you're ready, gently opening the eyes, casting the gaze out along the floor in front of you, and we'll just start with a few gentle stretches skyward. So drop the hands down by the sides, lengthen through the spine, engage with the navel. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to extended prayer. Cross the thumbs, reach for the sky. Exhale, float the arms back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Draw the arms back alongside the ears. The spine is tall and straight. The navel is engaged. Exhale, the arms float all the way back down. And we're going to come in now with a little lateral side bend. So we'll move over. We're going to float or stretch towards the left side first. Inhale, raise the right arm up alongside the ears. Walk the left hand out along the mat and stretch all the way through. Make sure that your buttocks is firmly connected with the heels. The knees stay pointing ahead. The waist is rotated or revolved out skywards. And the gaze is either forward pointing or turned to the sky. Inhale back to center. And then as we exhale, we're going to lower the right On the inhalation, lift the left and do exactly the same, stretching out towards the right. Inhale, exhale lower. Inhale and exhale all the way out, just as far as is comfortable. Cast the gaze where it suits you. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale down. Inhale. Inhale all the way, sliding back up. Exhale down. Inhale. Inhale over to the right side. When you've flown all the way back up, I'm going to ask you to do it once more in your own time and just hold for a 3 count for each side. A full 3 breaths. Moving over to the left side first. Hold for 3 full inhalations and exhalations. You'll come back to the middle, pause, and then head over to the right side for another 3 full deep inhalations and exhalations. Keep the navel engaged to help keep you steady. Keep the sit bones and the buttocks connected with the heels. If you are aware of your mula bandha, your root lock, then you can use this as you're holding at your pose and doing your 3 breaths to each side. You can draw up through, so up through the above the perineum. It's, if you don't know mula bandha, it's similar to a pelvic floor muscle lock, but you're very isolated. You're just doing the balls of the front pelvic floor area and up through the sides of the pelvic floor. You're isolating this area without constricting the muscles behind this area around the anus. When you're finished, I'm going to ask you to come just back to neutral. Close the eyes and take an inhalation and an exhalation. And then widen the knees out as wide as is comfortable for you, and on an inhale, walk the hands forward or slide them forward into a forward bend. Just come as far as is comfortable for you. If it's comfortable to bring the head all the way down to the ground, then please do so. Draw the navel back towards the spine. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. Lower the chest a little bit closer to the ground, and then walk or slide the hands all the way back up and draw the knees back in together. We're going to come into a little Vajragasana series, the tiger series. We'll do a little work on the fascia as well, so we'll do a few repetitive pulsing movements before we move into each side. I'm going to ask you to come up onto your hands and knees. And check through your alignment as you would for Marajyasana, the cat pose. So the knees are stacked under the hips, the wrists are stacked under the shoulders, the fingers are splayed wide, the knees are about hip width apart. Just move into a few little rotations in each direction. So just a few little spinal rotations or rolls in each direction. Feel the back arch and dip, flex and extend. Sway the hips from side to side as you move through the rotations, and then come back to neutral. Spine being in neutral. I'm going to ask you to first start with the right and simply lift the right leg up and pulse. So the toes can be pointed or you can have your foot dipped. It's up to you. We try to keep the hips reasonably level and the body weight is evenly distributed between the left and the right. So just a few bounces. Then bend your knee and the foot is flexed, and we're going to do the same here. Just a few gentle bounces. Lower the knee back down and move to the other side, lifting the left leg up and pulsing. Try not to sway too far forward, keep yourself reasonably balanced. Hips reasonably level. And then bend the knee, and the same with the foot flexed. And then just lower the knee back down. Okay, so we'll start with some Vajrasana, some Tiger, and we're going to start with the right leg. So we'll do it with 2 breaths. So we're inhaling, lifting the leg to the ceiling. Exhaling, drawing the knee all the way up towards the forehead. Inhale, knee is bent and the heel comes towards the sky. Exhale, the knee comes down, and we move to the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee towards the forehead. Inhale, heel towards the sky. Exhale, replace the knee on the ground. Even yourself back up if you come out of alignment and go to the other side. Inhale, right leg towards the sky, even up through the hips. Exhale, knee to the forehead. Inhale, lift the heel towards the sky. Exhale, knee to the mat. And I'll go through the other side with you once more. Inhale, left leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards the forehead. Inhale, flex foot towards the sky. Exhale, knee to the mat. And I'm going to ask you to do that twice more to each side in your own time. So draw in and contract through the navel to keep the body steady and to use your core strength to help you lift the leg as well as protect the back. Lift the leg only as high as feels comfortable for you. You may feel a activation or a tightness in the lumbar spine as you move up and down. Keep the navel activated to protect this area of the back. And as you draw the knee through to the forehead, dip down and feel a lovely curve and stretch all the way from the tailbone up to the top of the cervical spine. And when you're finished, you'll just come back to sit over the heels. And so we're going to move into some Marajyasana, some cat dips now. So coming up onto the hands and knees, and the hands slide slightly further forward, so we have a small angle to the arms now. And remember, as we dip, that we float the hips forward and we try to aim the chest down or the nipples down towards the floor. So we inhale and we drop down, we exhale and we push up. If it feels better for you to have your hands splayed inwards, that's all good as well. I personally like my hands pointing forwards, fingers splayed wide. So inhale, dip down, exhale, come up, tuck the elbows into the side, stay strong. Just come down as low as feels right for you today. And for some of us, that just may be to here. Draw the navel in, engage, and push back. Inhale, dip, exhale, push back. Inhale, dip, exhale, push back. And if you want to try a little bit of an extension, you can inhale, lift, dip, push up, exhale, lower, inhale, lift, dip, push up, exhale, lower, and do that a few times if that suits. Otherwise, you will float forward, dip, push up. And then we're going to just change it up a little and we're going to push back into the extended child just for a couple. So all we'll do is inhale, float forward, dip down, exhale, push up, and push all the way back. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back. And I'll just get you to do that once more in your own time. So you'll feel that you've worked and activated through the pectoral muscles and the biceps and the triceps. And as you come back to sit in Vajrasana over the heels with the navel engaged, we're going to prepare to move into just a little version of a few Rishikesh sun salutes to finish today's practice, so that we can bring in, some forward bending, some back bending, and some inversion, all within the little sun salute that we're about to do, make it a complete practice. So I'm going to ask you to inhale, raise the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, lower down, forehead to the floor. As you inhale, look up and strike into Shashat Bhujangasana, your cobra. And then look over to one heel, get in a little bit of a twist. Look over around to the other heel. And then strike all the way back. Rolling cat, all the way up to mountain. And we're going to stride all the way forward with the right leg. Deep lunge, equestrian pose, push off the back foot, front foot joins the back foot, draw down, inhale, all the way up, exhale down, and we're going to stride back with the left foot, deep lunge, push off the front foot, and come all the way back, and we're going to come up over the toes and into up dog, float up, widen through the collarbones, drop the shoulders down, and then lower the thighs onto the floor, lower the chin, push all the way back into extended child. Inhale up, exhale, hands down by the sides. So a little bit of a flow going on with this version of this Rishikesh sun salute. There are quite a few different versions. I like this one. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale, raise the gaze, strike into Bhujangasana, looking over one shoulder, twisting, looking over the other. Lower the forehead down, push all the way back, rolling cat, mountain. We're going to come forward with the left, Inhale, stride all the way forward with the left. Equestrian pose, push off the back foot. Draw down, inhale up. Exhale forward, striding back with the right. Push off the front foot, come all the way down. Up over the toes. And lower the hips and pelvis towards the floor. Wide space between the collarbones. The head is in neutral. Shoulders are level. And then lower the thighs to the floor and the chin. Push all the way back. And then inhale. All the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And we'll just do a couple more. These ones will be slightly different. We won't have the little twisting cobra in. We're just going to flow through with a more usual style of the sun salute. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, raise the gaze, strike. Tuck the toes under, push up into mountain, exhale. Stride the right leg forward, push off the back foot, draw down, inhale. And we're going to float all the way forward, exhale. We're going to take the left leg back, lunge, push off the front foot, drop down to the knees, all the way back, buttocks over the heels. We're going to come forward again, striking. Lowering the forehead to the floor, striking all the way back. Inhale, Vajrasana. Exhale, hands to prayer. And we'll just float through a last time. Inhale, raising the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the gaze and strike. Tuck the toes under. Push up to Samita Asana. Stride forward with the right leg. Push off the back foot. Draw down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, pivot all the way forward. Taking the left leg back in a deep lunge. Push off the front foot. Drop down to the knees. Push all the way back into child. Lift the gaze. Strike. Lower the chest and chin to the floor. Strike all the way back. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And we'll leave postures there. I'm going to ask you to come to lay on the ground in Shavasana. The legs are apart, feet splayed out to the side, arms away from the outside edges of the body, thumb and forefinger joined in Chin Mudra if that's comfortable. Tuck the chin in towards the pit of the throat, lengthen through the neck. Ease all expression from the face. Relax all the muscles of the face. And focus on your inhalation and exhalation. Let it be long and rhythmic. Smooth, full, long inhalations and exhalations. We started today's little sequence with the chakras, so we'll end there as well. I'm going to ask you to bring your awareness back to Muladhara, our root chakra, about 2 inches in and down from the tailbone, visualizing a bright crimson 4-petaled flower. A lotus flower or any flower that you like. As you inhale, the petals of the flower open, and as you exhale, they close. And just do this for the next couple of breaths. Visualize, imagine, or see this. If it doesn't come easy to you, don't worry at all. Just know that this is what's happening. Concentrate on this space. now move your awareness back to the tailbone where there's a bright orange flower, and this flower has 6 petals. And then further up the spine is a yellow flower behind the navel, and this flower has 10 petals. And then further up behind the sternum is a blue flower which has 12 petals. And then up behind the pit of the throat is a mauve, purpley mauve flower of 16 petals. And then in between the ears at Agnya is a silver flower of 2 petals. And then above the crown of the head is a flower of infinite petals and many different colors. And just visualize that the prana moves up and down through these spaces and flowers in the body. It starts at Muladhara, at the crimson flower, moves back to the orange flower, up to the yellow, continues on up to the blue, and then the mauve, and then the silver, and then out through the crown of the head to the multicolored flower. And then it travels all the way back down past the same flowers, back into the silver flower, the mauve, the blue, the yellow, the orange, the red, and then back up. Just traveling up and down, passing each one of these flowers as it does. And just continue to do this. If you've got time to carry on with this practice, please stay laying in Shavasana and do so. If it's time for you to finish, just do this for another couple of breaths, and then bring your breath awareness back to your body. Let the images of the flowers go and just become aware of your body on the floor. If you have time for some pranayama